Good morning. Red Hot Chili Peppers in the morning always starts my day off right. Well, I said in the last Ask Smashby video that Lee McCarthy told me it was weird to have me in a car not looking at the camera all the time. So I did a video. I wasn't in the car. I wasn't looking all over the place. And he didn't say anything. So you don't provide follow-up. Your suggestions are out the window. I was waiting for him to go, dude, that was so much better. Or, no real change. So here we are on a 7-ish minute drive that I know I have every morning. I don't always know if I'll have other free time during the day. So we're back to the car. Question today is stemmed from a buddy of mine, sorry for that, in Tampa, Florida now, Travis, who I've been talking to about CrossFit for, let's just say since I started. I've bugged all of my friends from college about CrossFit since I started up until recently, and then he came after me and said, "Hey, I think I'm going to start it." He was almost going to move to Denver, this close, but asked me a couple questions about how to pick a gym. So this actually loops in pretty well with another topic that's a little closer to home. So let's begin. He was telling me he went in, tried a session, had a really good time. You know, they modified the workout, big time for him, but he got that, and now he's considering whether or not to join that gym or try out another one. So question number one was, there's a couple of gyms. How do I look for one? Travis, for me, the number one thing to do is try out a bunch. And gym owners and trainers, at least good ones or realistic ones, completely understand that athletes need to try different things out, and that not every gym is for everyone. There's some gyms that are super competitive all the time, and there's some gyms where people really don't get that competitive at all, and then there's athletes who are really looking for one or the other or somewhere in the middle. So my first piece of advice is, if there's gyms close to home, gyms close to work, try all of them at least once. Usually gyms will offer at least one free class. Some gyms actually do a free week, just so you can, get to know the culture of the athletes and members who work out there. So number one, try all of them. Seriously, if you find a group of people who you really, really get along with, you may be willing to drive a little bit longer or go to a less convenient class schedule if you just feel that click. So advice number one. Number two was how should you base the caliber of the gym? And the example that Travis gave was, the owner or one of the trainers here placed 22nd in the region. So in terms of CrossFit competitions, the guy's a great athlete and super competitive. Travis, you'll understand this because Travis himself was a national champion swimmer in college, and just because you're a good athlete doesn't mean you're a good coach. A buddy of mine, Kevin Ogar, says he's a really good coach because he was a second-tier athlete that just worked really hard. So Kevin wouldn't have been the guy that, in swimming talk, qualified for nationals and won an event. Maybe he'd be the guy that just barely squeaked in and made it, but the guy works hard. And I disagree. I think Kevin's a pretty incredible athlete. But that theory, I completely agree with, where a lot of times it's not the best athletes that make the best coaches. It's just the athletes who paid the most attention and worked the hardest. So you can have a really highly ranked person at your gym in terms of their athletic abilities, but in my personal opinion, it doesn't really matter one way or the other in terms of how that means their coaching abilities are. So that goes back to my first point. Try it out. You can have someone who doesn't really look the part, but is an amazing coach, can relate to you as an athlete, is motivating, and can get cues through that make sense and make things fun for you. Or you can have a drill sergeant, and if that's not your style, drill sergeants aren't going to motivate you to want to get back into the gym. Does that make sense? So give them a shot, Travis, and I'm curious as to how the rest of the stops go. I don't think you've signed up yet, but do me a favor, keep me posted and tell me about the different locations you told me about in your email and what it was that worked for you. Second part of this Ask Smashby is about that for people who currently belong to gyms, right? I'm going to let the person remain nameless, but I got a message from someone the other day saying, I'm really, really frustrated and upset because I want to keep going to the gym. I want to keep going to these classes, but with work, it's just not happening. I can't get out of the office in time. I'm not making any of the class schedules, and there's another gym close by to where I work that I would definitely be able to make a noon class. This is pretty common, and I want you to know that you're certainly not the only person that's ever experienced this. So, my advice, based on feedback I've heard, because you asked, that other gym has created a culture where it's not very inclusive. So, while I'm not going to push you away, I would say try it and give it a shot. But my grandmother taught me that you never know what you can get until you ask. So, I'd recommend going to your home gym and suggesting and saying, hey, you know what? This is a class time that would really work for me. Is there any chance that the gym can adopt it? And you never know, there may be a chance that the gym will go, you know what? We've actually been thinking about doing that too. Let's see if there's interest, and maybe that extra class time at your home gym will be added. So that would be my advice there. Give it a shot. Worst case, if you're paying for a membership at a gym and you never get to go, at the end of the day, you need to find a place where you can go. That's the most important part. But I can guarantee where you are right now is a lot better than the other place you're considering. But again, at the end of the day, you're a successful enough athlete where you'll do fine regardless. Your family just doesn't want to see you leave. Hope that answers the question. Let me know, please, if you guys have any follow-up. And then anyone else, what do you look for in a gym? How do you pick one? I'm curious. Hopefully my answers provided some useful feedback. But aside from that, I'll talk to you guys very soon. Have a great day. Bye.